Larson Live Group. It is June 4th. My name is Christina Watts, and I get to bring you a little message today while Jim enjoys the beaches of Portugal. I am actually going to take a drink of water because I just did his leaderboards, and that was 28 slides. Okay. Jim wins for his slides right now. I'm winded, but I have a good message for you. Are we ready for this? Put in the chat because I need to know you're listening, you're engaged, you're ready. Are we ready? Drop it in the chat. You feeling it? Okay, I think we got to mute him or someone. You on it, Amber? You're on it. Okay. Uh-oh. You got it, girl? Okay. Well, Jim went to his leadership thread and said, I need someone to cover this while I'm in Portugal. And I was just feeling very generous in the moment, didn't even think about it. And I raised my hand and I said, I got this. And then, of course, I got the message from Sid that was like, hey, Christina, about a week ago, what would you like your title to be? And I'm like, oh, Sid. Oh, I don't decide these sort of things until the moment of. And poor Sid, she's got a lot going on. She keeps following up with me, and I'm like, I still don't know. I still don't know what I'm going to talk about. Until finally yesterday, I'm like, okay, I got something. It came in my head. It just flashed in my head. I'm like, I'm going to make something out of this. So I messaged Jim and I said, I think this is my title. What do you think? And he's like, yeah, go for it, Chris. So the title of this is, Are You Really? ... Not are you ready, but are you really? ... Now, as I was preparing today to do this with all of you guys, I literally 15 minutes before this call started thought, I'm going to share something with them. I'm going to get really vulnerable and actually share my story and my numbers and my graphs and my growth, because that's actually what Jim was like. I love it, and I want you to be vulnerable and share your story in it. And I'm like, oh, Jim, of course you do. But here we go. For those of you new on here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey, because you still might be like, I don't know who this girl is. And again, she's drinking a Red Bull at 5 p.m. For some of you, it's 8:30 at night, and you're like probably half in bed with your camera off right now. My name is Christina Watts. I am direct to Kelly Bush, Jim Larson, Jamie Susie, and Corey Neighbor, Sarah and Jared Reinecke, Jacob Pogue in the Marshall Whalen hierarchy. I am an agency owner, and I am so proud to be part of Symmetry. My journey here has looked pretty dang wild. Okay, to start, I was 130 pounds heavier than I am right now when I started my Symmetry journey. Jim's story is awesome, and he's like, this is Jim Larson, and he quit. He quit and he came back. Well, I got one better. I quit twice and came back. Okay? I always have to one up my buddy Jim, so I quit twice. I quit with him the first time. We pieced out together. We were like, this is hard, we're out. This is not for us. Let's go sell some leggings, baby. Let's go sell some women's athleisure. I'm not sure if I'm technically supposed to say what we sold, but we pieced out. And Jim and I joke all the time, we are the same human. We have the same blood type, same Enneagram type. Pretty sure we're the same human design. We both have to leave our home to go to the gas station to get a sugar-free Red Bull. If he is thinking it, I am thinking it. We can be in a room with 500 people and he can text me and say, I'm saying it because I know you're thinking it. And I'm like, how did you know? I was thinking that, Jim. We are the same, but very different. So much so that one day in December 2021, after said leggings business started to fail, I reached out to our friend Jamie Susie and I said, okay, girl, give me the real, because I need to make some money. And she says to me, have you talked to Jim today? Because she knows Jim's my business partner in my other business. And I'm like, no, why? She says, you might want to. Because no more than 30 minutes before I messaged Jamie out of the blue, Jim had messaged Jamie out of the blue. All right, Jamie, I need to know about this insurance thing. So fun fact, neither of us knew the other person was doing it and did it on the exact same day, because that's not alignment or anything. That's not serendipitous at all. So we came back in. We talked to each other later that same day and we're like, we're doing this. We're all in. And Jim came in and he went for it. I came in and I brought my friend Kelly. She was direct to me, by the way. A little person named Kelly Bush was direct to me. And then I quit again for this second time. I got licensed, I got hired. I knew Jamie was probably so excited for me this time. I even dialed one day and I set 5 appointments in my first dial session off of $100 worth of leads. I said, that's not hard. They told me, go, she said, quote unquote, go make a friend. I found a script on HQ, I printed it and I followed it and I set 5 appointments. Cool. Then I quit the next day because I didn't want to actually run the appointment. Like that was scary. Okay. I signed a change of hierarchy and let Kelly go above me because I'm like, listen, Kelly, you're like crazy about this and I'm not, and I don't want to stand in your way. And I quit. And Kelly and Jim continued. Till about 10 months later, I decided to come in here and do this thing. So that is my story. So anytime someone tells me, well, I haven't done anything and I've been here for 6 months, I'm like, awesome. That means nothing to me. That means you can build a $1.3 million organization in the next 12 months because that's what I did after quitting. So I'm going to actually get super vulnerable and share with you some numbers and some graphs of what my journey looked like here. And then we're going to get real honest. Does that sound good to you? Drop in the chat. You in? Okay. Andrew Watts is the master of all things tracking. He is the master of numbers. We call me the CEO of Watts Family Agency. And Andrew Watts is the CEE, aka Chief Everything Else. So he has this little graph on the front page of our issued business tracker that shows our lifetime in business, new writers, total writers, and submitted APV. Pretty cool, right? Looks awesome. From January 22, where I kind of quit, I did nothing. By quit, I mean I did nothing, but occasionally Kelly would post on my social media and then sell to my network because she needed a writer. I'm just going to be honest, right? Like I was doing nothing here. Consider this nothing year. Started, quit. Here's where I really started. Okay. This looks hunky dory, but we're going to break this bad boy down. I came in here in January. I quit. I did nothing. I watched until a friend called me in September of 2022, Julie Ruley, my first hire, who joined me in business though I was doing nothing, got licensed though I was doing nothing, and then got mentored by Kelly because guess what? I was doing nothing. She called me in September 22 and she said, Christina, Symmetry needs you. I'm going to tell you this message on my heart right now from God. Symmetry needs you. I need you. I know your heart's not in this, but Symmetry needs you. And for some reason, even though there were so many people who were messaging me like, are you going to do this or not? You going to crap or get off the pot? Someone said that to me, right? It was Julie's message of Symmetry needs you that moved in my heart that maybe I did need to look at this insurance thing for real and actually give it some effort, right? And I want you to store that away for when you are hiring or you are recruiting. This is not about who you can get for you, but who does Symmetry need to be here? Maybe Symmetry needs the best version of you here. Symmetry needs you. I want you to marinate on that and I want you to sit on that because it was that message for me that got me moving. And then from September 2022 to September 2023, how great does that growth look, baby? Look at that upward growth. We did over 1.1 million in business in my first 12 months. So put a 2 in the chat if you would like to count today as your day one and 12 months from now have built $1 million agency. Our highest submit month was 210,000. I had somewhere around 35 writers and dang it, I felt pretty dang unstoppable. Look at that growth through December 2023. Everything on this graph told me, well, I just went from 85, 90, 95, 100, 105 in here, my agency ownership run wasn't even a run. I skipped through it, not knowing what the heck I was doing. Ha ha ha. Doesn't everyone have 25 riders in their AO run? Turns out, no, they didn't, but I was ignorance on fire. Okay. Then I hit 110, 115, 120. From September 2022 to November 2023, I went from 80 to 120% contract level. So naturally in my head, you guys, I thought, easy. January, February, March, I'm going to hit 125. And April, May, June, I'm going to hit 130, be at the top of this company. Isn't it easy? Isn't this just how it happens? Spoiler alert. That, in fact, is not what happened. This is my second year of business. When you look at that graph overall, it looks real cool. But this year, not so cool. Who feels like this looks like a literal roller coaster? Look at that drastic fall. You know, when you go on a drastic downward fall in a roller coaster and your stomach is left up behind you and you don't know what even hit you, welcome to 2024, baby. Wait a minute, this isn't just easy. I'm not just going to go straight to the top. Oh, but we climbed again and we dropped again. And we climbed again and we dropped again. Plateaued a little, dropped again. Oh, we climbed again. Maybe we're out of it. Maybe we're out of it. To our worst month ever, December 2024, in a year and a half of business. So this year that I thought would look like gravy, baby, 125, 130, top of the company. I'm like, I'm going to be making 60 grand a month by the end of this year, right? Isn't this awesome? This business is awesome. This business is so great. I love it so much because let me tell you, when your business looks like this, it's really easy to love it. It's really easy to tell everyone how great it is and that they need to be here. And this is the best thing that's ever happened to you. But when your business looks like this and you end the year lower than you have in a year and a half, I had two choices here. Get honest with myself or stay curled in a ball and quit. Because let me tell you, my income here didn't pay my bills. My lack of income here set us back for months. Because not only was it lack of income in the month of December, but that's Christmas. Mamas and dads on here, is Christmas a cheap month to have a family? No. No, it's not. It's not. The lack of income in these 3 months actually set us behind for almost 6 months. I felt like an imposter. I felt like a failure. I felt like I had all this awesome impact and symmetry because I have the gift of speech, but nobody knew that behind the scenes I was crumbling and doubting. And like my friend Cree Petty says, when you're not thriving, everything's on trial. When you're not thriving, everything is on trial. And I had to get so honest here. And I'm so thankful for December. I am so thankful for the hard of 2024. I am so thankful for this roller coaster of a year. Because what you don't see in this graph is me fighting me. Is me self-sabotaging? Is me getting real lazy? I saw a quote once that I resonate with greatly. It says, when I half-ass things, I still get pretty great results because I got a pretty big ass, right? 2024 was me half-assing. I've always gotten by half-assing, right? I had to do this because I was also stuck. I was stuck in spirit. I was stuck in activity. I was stuck doubting my leadership. Because can we agree, put a 3 in the chat if we are so blessed by really strong leadership in our line. We have some strong leaders. Jim Larson, Sarah Reinecke, Jamie Susie, Jacob Pogue, Marshall Whalen. These are giants in our business. Kelly Bush. But I found myself stuck and wanting to just play by the rules and just do what they told me to do. But I was at war in myself, knowing I needed changes, knowing that things weren't aligning for me, knowing that I had a voice and I was a leader and I was so much more than what this graph shows. But I had to get honest with myself when we hit the rock bottom of December. Am I really doing what it takes? So, this is where we're coming to today's topic. Are you really? See, on January 1st, I went on a walk, and I committed that I was going to commit the year of 2025 to giving it a full ass effort. Excuse the word ass, but that analogy is so good. 2025, a full assed effort. Because I was not going to quit this business until I knew I could say I gave it everything I had. How many of you know that you're possibly holding back because when you fail, you'll be able to say, I didn't really try. I didn't actually give it the best of me. Be honest. How many of you can say and be brave enough to put in the chat, I've not given it the best of me yet? I listened to a podcast by Ed Milet where he said, don't live the same year twice. Listen, by everybody else's measures, 2024 was a great year. My agency did 1.4, almost 1.5 million in sales. And I remember Jacob Pogue having me on his call at the beginning of the year, and he's like, wow, Watts, look at that growth. 1.1 million to 1.4, look at that growth. And I remember being like, Jacob, no, that is not good. And that is not growth, because my growth went from this to this down. Sure, those numbers were good, but that was not growth. I did not want to live that year again. Who on here is sick of living the same story again? The story of I set a big goal for this month and I missed it again. This is my AO run and I missed it again. I'm going to be team leader and I missed it again. Key leader, month 1, top producer, month 1. I am learning leads finally, and then I missed it again. The story of not quite. The story of I'm still here and that's amazing, but I'm not thriving. Who is sick of that story? Because on January 1st, I had to go on a walk and say, I will not live that year again. And I had to take a look in the mirror and ask myself, Christina, are you really doing what it takes to win? Are you really reading? Are you really reading? Sometimes it's so easy for us to say, yep, read 10 pages, check. Read 10 pages, check. Anyone feel me on that? Read 10 pages, check. But are you actually focused on becoming what you've read? Be honest. Are you actually implementing those things you've read? For me, I had to get really honest about the fact that 10 pages a day does not change my life. Why? Because I'm a really fast reader. It takes me 5 to 6 minutes to read 10 pages a day. So you tell me, as a leader amongst leaders in this company, that 5 to 10 pages on personal development a day is sufficient. Is that sufficient? No, it's not. Spoiler alert, the answer is no. Okay, just no. 5 to 10 minutes a day on personal development when you're leading a team of hundreds of agents is not enough. Even if you're leading a team of 1, it is not enough. I had to start reading 20 to 30 pages a day minimum. And then I had to ask, am I just reading the book everyone else is reading, or am I reading the book that's going to change my life? Last year, I can't actually tell you a single book I finished that changed my life. I really can't even tell you a single one. This year, you want to see the stack? Do y'all want to see it? Are you really reading? This is what it looks like in 2025. I have completed and implemented things from every single one of these books, and it's June 4th. And I'm about to add my 13th book to this stack. Are you really reading? Are you really reading and then trying to become this book? I used to have, put a one in the chat if you have a stack of books somewhere in your office you're waiting to read. I had a stack of books on my desk that I was waiting to read, and it made me feel really good about myself. Like, add to cart on Amazon because someone mentioned it on a huddle. I'm going to put it in my stack. I'm going to read it. I never read it. Spoiler alert, I never read it. I just had a pretty stack of books on my desk. I had to clear it off, put it on a bookshelf. John Thomas has a great bookshelf behind him. Go put it on your bookshelf. So does Aaron Beck. Now, that book only gets the honor of getting on my desk when it's finished. And the pride I feel to finish a book and set it on that stack where I can see it every second at my desk. And I now look at this stack and say, this is who I am becoming in 2025. Let Them, High Performance, The Big Leap, 10x is easier than 2x, Psychology of Winning, Power of One More, The Gap and the Gain, Outwitting the Devil, The Brave Habit. I am becoming these books. I can tell you something from every single one of these books I'm implementing into my life. So question number one, are you really reading and letting it change you? Because there is a difference in the half-ass checking the box and the letting it change who you are. And heads up, if you're reading a book and it's not resonating, put it away. It's not the time for that book. Go start something else. If you're struggling to get through a book, put it away and go get something else. Let these books change you. Side note on this, I'm also reading the entire Bible in 2025. So on December 31st, that is going on the top of my stack of books. And I could not be more proud of what I am becoming in 2025. So question number one, are you really developing? Everything flows from there. What else have I done in 2025? If you know, you know, I'm on day 154 of 75 hard. Since January 1st, when I decided I got to get moving, if I want my business to grow, I have to change. Since January 1st, I have done 308 workouts. I have drank 308 gallons of water. Okay. I have read 13 books, no gluten, no candy, except for I just started macros 4 days ago. So like everything's kind of off right now. Life feels very weird for this because I'm still going into my third 75 hard. Not only that, I set a goal of 10,000 steps a day. I have walked now over 1.8 million steps since January 1st. Movement is movement. Are you really moving? Are you really becoming the best version of you to change your life, to change this business? Or are you rotting at your desk? Because desk rot does not attract the next high achiever. Desk rot does not attract the premium, baby. Go attack and become that best version of you. Are you really moving? Are you really changing? Are you really trialing? Are you really dialing? Or are you doing 25 dials and hiding on the accountability spreadsheet? Are you really becoming a student? Are you really getting curious? Man, why can't I get a sale? Instead of getting frustrated, you can't get a sale. Get frustrated that you're not doing the activity that creates a sale. You want to move? Go do 1,000 dials. You want to move? Sit with 30 families in the next 30 days. Tell me you don't break through something on the other side. You want to grow an agency? Are you really committed to that? How many ads do you have posted? Are you attending Be a Better Builder in the Mac Room? Are you asking people who've grown an agency how to do it? You will break through if you move and if you commit to that movement. You've got to take the look in the mirror. Are you really doing what it takes? Because my answer was no, I was not. I was drifting. I was playing the game. I was letting other people call the shots. I was missing a goal and letting that be okay. Let it no longer be okay that you're missing the dang goal. Let it be no longer okay that you're not paying your bills. Let it no longer be okay that you're not thriving. As Jacob Pogue would say, if you are not financially thriving here, you are choosing to starve in a grocery store. And that hit, man. Symmetry is a grocery store with all you can eat. And if you are starving, that is your choice. So I want you to get a look in the mirror and ask yourself, Stephanie, are you really doing everything it takes? Trisha, are you really doing everything it takes, or can you do more? Because my half-ass looked better than most of Symmetry's. Not gonna lie. My half-ass numbers, people would say to me all the time, Christina, go easy on yourself. Like anyone would die for that agency. But it wasn't really my best. Is what you're doing actually the best? And what happens in your life if for once you actually give something the very best of you? What happens if for once you get up when that alarm goes off at 5 and you stop pushing snooze? What happens if you finally put on the Apple Watch and make yourself get 10,000 steps? What happens if you don't leave your office until you sit with 10 families? What happens if you place the ads and you do whatever it takes to do 20 interviews a week? What happens if you do that and you do it again and again and again and again, and it's boring and it's mundane, but you are brave to try new things and to not give up on yourself? Life wants us to drift and to not win and to go with the flow and to be average. But I believe if you are here, you're called to stand in the drift. You're called to stand in the tide. You're called to stand and to stand out. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to show you what has happened since I went on that walk and decided to get honest with myself and to start moving again. Because it's kind of crazy what has happened. In the month of December, we barely issued 50,000 in business. I told you it was our worst month in a year and a half. This month right here. The month of May, we issued 161,000. Triple, baby. Look at the writer count. Look at the new writers and the submit APV. Doesn't suck, right? Look at the growth since I fully recognized I wasn't really doing whatever it took. I was not becoming the best version of me. I was not giving it the full ass effort. It was me. It wasn't my agency. It wasn't the leads. It wasn't the system. It was not my mentor. It was me all along. So that when you can step back, and I can't even imagine what this graph is going to look like with one more year of this level of effort and commitment. I can only imagine it goes up from here because I am not living this section again. How many of you are done with the roller coaster and ready for the climb? The climb? The climb is hard AF, you guys. The climb, I'm tired. I am really tired, but guess what? My muscles are popping. I got like veins popping on my biceps. I'm so strong and lean right now. Okay? I am leaner than I've ever been. I'm training for a freaking marathon, baby. Like, the climb is hard. Are there days I don't want to do it? Yes. But since I decided, I have moved my body twice a day minimum. The climb is hard. But isn't it harder to stay stuck on that roller coaster? Don't stay stuck on the roller coaster, and don't stay stuck in your spirit. Because enough of this, your spirit's going to feel real stuck too. Your spirit's going to start to give up. Your spirit is going to start to doubt. And let me tell you, from the time I decided to move, it took a little bit for my numbers to match. Look at what you are doing, and the rest is going to follow. May is a result of the January 1st decision. It was okay growth from January, February, March. That was okay growth. But May is the result of January's commitment. I know these guns are real. Me and my 17-year-old were flexing in the mirror yesterday and comparing who has the best veins popping. He, of course, won because he's a 17-year-old football player, but Mama was close. And I want to leave you with this. I said to him, Caden, look how strong your mama's getting. Look how strong your mama is getting. You know what he said? He said, Mom, you've always been strong. You just had to uncover it. You are strong. You are here for a reason. The version of you that hits AO, the version of you that hits top producer, the version of you that pays your bills and has enough left over to pay a bill off, the version of you that's able to give back, the version of you that gets financially free, the version of you that attracts the agency of your dreams, it's already in you. You just have to uncover it. Get climbing, get moving, uncover it. She's waiting for you. He is waiting for you. Make the rest of this year the year of your becoming. You're becoming the person you were made to be. Track your numbers and then get your body moving, get your spirit moving, and watch your business match it. Put it on a sticky note. Am I really ... Am I really throwing in the towel, or am I really becoming who I'm made to be?
I'm sorry, turn left.
Am I really throwing in the
Outside, give him a
towel,
picture.
or am I really doing what I need to do to succeed? Am I really half-assing this, or am I really going to change my life forever? And I know we're over time, but stick with me. Are you really making your family proud, or are you really hiding? Are you really making yourself proud, or are you calling it good enough? We're done with the year of good enough. We're done with the roller coaster. Are you really ready to be proud on December 31st of who you became and what you did and what you accomplished? Because that has been my motivation since January 1st, right? In 2023, I claimed I did it year. I really did it. I did the things I claimed. Amber knows that, right? I wanted an I did it year. I did it. In 2025, I'm going for a God did it year. Let it not make any sense. That's me and my faith, but let it be a year that doesn't make any sense. These guns, they don't make sense. I'm 41. I used to weigh 275 pounds. Doesn't make sense. I'm here for it. If I can transform, so can you. So I just want to encourage you guys. Are you really doing whatever it takes? Go make yourself proud. Go do it. Go change your lives. I am proof. Change your life, your business will follow. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Hope it helped in one way or another. But just thank you for giving me the space and for allowing me to be vulnerable and to be real. And do me a favor, go get moving. Go get moving. All right. Love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.